You're being watched by more than just eyes. Your energy ripples through the cosmos, reaching unseen listeners. The watchers outside don't see the battles you fight within, but your soul feels every moment of strength and pain. You're not only observed, you're studied by the quiet forces shaping your destiny in the shadows. Being watched is a mirror reflecting not only who you are, but who you have yet to become. The eyes that watch you may not always understand, but they witness the courage you refuse to show. Sometimes, the greatest watchers are the ones who never speak, but silently hope you'll rise. You're being watched, but don't forget to watch yourself with kindness and grace in return. The gaze of others can feel heavy, but it is your own vision that must remain clear and unwavering. You're not just the subject of scrutiny, you're a spark lighting the way through darkness for others. Deeds with the power to defy every expectation. You're being watched, yes, but the most important witness is the one who sees your truth without judgment. The watchers outside can't read your story. Only you hold the pen to write your next chapter. Sometimes the eyes watching are silent prayers sent from unseen corners of your world. Being watched means your life holds weight. Your choices resonate louder than you imagine. The watchers may not see your scars, but your own soul knows the battles etched beneath your skin. You're being watched by many, but only one gaze can change your life. The one you give yourself. The watcher's eyes can feel like chains, but your spirit's fire can burn through any cage. You're observed, not just by people, but by the very universe, waiting for you to rise fully. The eyes watching you may try to capture your image, but only your soul can capture your essence. Being watched is a reminder that your life matters, that every moment is an invitation to grow. You're being watched not only by others, but by the dreams inside you, yearning to break free. The watchers might want to see you fail, but your own heart quietly hopes for your victory. You're being watched, and that watching is the first step. The gaze of others can feel invasive, but it is your own eyes that hold the keys to freedom. You are not invisible. Every watcher is a witness to the strength you build with each new day. The watchers may misunderstand your journey, but your soul holds the map to your own truth. You're being watched by the universe itself, silently cheering you on in ways you can't yet see. Watches with infinite compassion and love. You're being watched, but your greatest observer is the part of you that never gives up. The eyes that watch may come with fear or hope. Choose which gaze to invite into your life. Being watched is a challenge to live authentically when no one else seems to understand. You're not just under watch. You're the center of a story bigger than you realize. The watchers may try to define you, but your true self is beyond any gaze or label. You're being watched by more than just people. You're witnessed by the endless possibilities inside you. Their eyes watching can feel like a spotlight or a cage. Only can decide which it becomes. You're not just a subject of observation. You're a force, rewriting the rules of who you can be. The watchers outside your window don't see your soul's light. That's your secret power. Being watched is a call to rise beyond fear and step into the freedom waiting within. Being watched by those who see your flaws and by those who see your infinite potential. The gaze that watches you is also the one waiting for your breakthrough. You're not just an object of observation. You're a living story unfolding in real time. The watchers outside might not understand your silence, but your own soul listens deeply. Every eye watching is a reminder you're part of a collective story, connected and powerful. The watchers may come with judgment, but your heart holds the ultimate truth about who you are. You're being watched by more than eyes. Your essence moves through the world in ways unseen. The watcher's gaze can weigh heavily, but your spirit's light is unbreakable and enduring. Being watched means your life is a beacon, illuminating paths for others who watch silently. You're being watched not only for who you are, but for who you're becoming every day. You're being watched, not just by others, but by your own inner voice, silently questioning who you're becoming. The watchers outside may judge, but the watcher within understands your battles and honors your bravery. Every eye on you is a chance to rewrite the story you thought was already finished. They watch, hoping you'll falter, but you're rising quietly, stronger than any gaze could imagine. Being watched means you matter. Means your story is not old enough to hold attention beyond your knowing. The eyes that watch might try to trap you in fear, but your spirit is designed to break free. You're being watched by those who don't understand you, and by the part of yourself that's ready to heal. In the silence of watching, sometimes a seed of hope is planted, waiting to bloom in your courage when you feel the weight of many eyes. Remember, your worth isn't defined by their watching but by your own truth. The watchers may try to label you, but only you know the full story behind your scars and your strength. You're not just being watched, you're being witnessed by souls who see your potential even when you can't. The gaze of others can feel invasive, but your own watching eyes are filled with compassion and understanding. Some watchers seek to control, others are waiting for you to set yourself free and shine. You are under observation, yes, but the most important observer is the one who believes you can transform. They watch, but they don't own you. Your life is your canvas, your choices the brushstrokes of freedom. The watchers may not see your heart, but your own soul watches with fierce love and quiet patience. Being watched can feel like chains, but it can also be the wind beneath your wings, urging you upward. No matter how many eyes watch, only your heart knows the path to your true freedom. You're being watched by the world, by memories, by hopes. Each gaze a thread weaving your destiny. The watchers see your actions, but miss the quiet battles waged in your mind and spirit. You're not just a subject of observation. You're the author of they wish today. The eyes watching are curious, hungry for the courage that you quietly carry in your soul. Being watched is a call to awareness, a reminder that your choices echo louder than you imagine. They watch, but they don't hear the silent prayers you whisper in the dark for strength and hope. Sometimes being watched feels like judgment, but it can also be the universe's way of pushing you toward greatness. You're being watched not only by others, but by your own potential waiting to be fully realized. Each watchful gaze is a reflection, some distorted, some clear, of the world's need for your truth. The watchers may try to cage you with their eyes, but your soul was born to run free. You are being watched by strangers and by yourself, both learning who you are beneath the surface. Sometimes the hardest watcher is the one inside, asking you to be honest when no one else will. You're being watched, but it's your own courage that determines whether those eyes become your prison or your wings. Each gaze upon you carries energy. Choose which to absorb and which to let dissolve into nothing. Being watched means your story is alive, full of potential to inspire, challenge, and transform. The watchers outside don't know your heart's depths, but your soul watches itself with infinite kindness. You're not just seen, you're understood in ways you may never realize by the watcher within. Some watchers want to see you fail. Others are waiting for you to prove them wrong with your strength. When eyes watch closely, it's a test. Will you shrink or will you rise and own your power? You're being watched. But the eyes that matter most are those filled with love and acceptance. The watchers might see your mistakes, but your soul sees the lessons and the beauty in every step. You're being watched not to control you, but to remind you how valuable your journey truly is. Every watchful eye carries a story, but only your heart can write the ending you deserve. The gaze of others can feel heavy, but the light within you is far heavier. You are being watched by more than eyes. You are observed by energy, intention, and unseen forces that shape your path. Being watched can be a mirror reflecting fears or a spotlight illuminating your greatest potential. The eyes on you may be many, but the voice inside is the one you must trust. Above all, Ardiogandan Eddiash. Sometimes the eyes that watch you aren't just the ones you fear, they're the echoes of your own soul, seeking truth in silence. They say you're being watched, but what if the universe itself is gazing at your story, waiting for you to unfold your true self? The weight of unseen eyes can feel heavy, but remember, sometimes those watchers are the mirrors reflecting the real you. Every move you make is noted, not just by them, but by your own conscience, silently recording what you dare not say. You were never truly alone. Invisible eyes track your every breath, some out of suspicion, others out of a quiet, unspoken hope. It's not just them watching. It's your past, your fears, your dreams, all silent. Forget whose gaze truly matters. When you feel the weight of many eyes, remember some are angels disguised as watchers, waiting to guide you through the dark. You're being watched, but sometimes it's your future self, observing who you are now to learn what you will become. Not all watchers mean harm. Some watch because they're searching for the same courage you're learning to find. They say the eyes never lie, but sometimes the eyes that watch are those of your own heart, silently pleading for change. When suspicion blinds you, remember the quiet watchers, the ones hoping you'll rise beyond the fear. You're under observation, yes, but by a silent crowd, some critics, some protectors, and some who simply wish you well. The fear of being watched often hides the deeper truth that watching is a form of caring, even if it's hard to accept. What if the eyes watching you are the universe's way of saying, "You matter, your story matters, and we see you"? Every glance from unseen watchers is a question you don't have to answer, unless you choose to own your truth. Being watched doesn't always mean exposure. Sometimes it's the quiet encouragement you need to keep moving forward. The watchers outside your door are many, but the one inside your mind is the loudest. Choose which voice to believe. You might feel exposed, but the watchers are often just reflections of your own doubts, and you hold the power to silence them. They watch because they're curious. You watch yourself because you're searching. Both are part of your journey. Invisible eyes might try to unravel you, but your spirit is stronger than the gaze of 1,000 strangers. When you realize you're being watched, ask yourself, are you living for their eyes or for the light within you? Some watchers want to cage you with fear, but others wait for you to break free and show them what's possible. The eyes that watch are not just spectators, they are witnesses to the story you're bravely writing every day. You're being watched, and that's okay, because it means your life is part of a greater story, unfolding with purpose. The watchers might not understand your struggle, but your own heart knows every battle you fought in silence. Being watched reveals a strange truth. You're never invisible, even when you think you are. You may feel like prey under watchful eyes, but in truth, you're the hem of a tale many long to witness. Eyes watching can feel like chains, but sometimes they are the sparks that ignite your deepest growth. They watch you because they need to believe in something bigger. Sometimes that's your courage in the face of fear. Being watched is a reminder you're not walking alone. There's an unseen audience rooting for your survival. You're being watched in silence by those who hope you'll rise above their expectations and your own doubts. Even when you feel exposed, remember, the greatest watcher is the one who sees your worth before you do. The gaze that feels invasive may actually be the universe's way of calling you to greater authenticity. Some eyes watch with suspicion, others watch with wonder. Learn to tell the difference and hold on to the latter. When you feel watched, listen. Sometimes it's the voice of your own awakening calling you to be more. You're being watched, but don't let the eyes outside drown out the vision inside your soul. The watchers might never know the battles you fight quietly, but your resilience is a beacon they can't ignore. Not all watchers are enemies. Some are guides croaked in silence, waiting for you to see their light-issued guide